Hey guys, welcome to Nils Gaming Den. Today we are coming in hot with the latest Anomaly Arbitration, starting with the DOT team on night 1. We will be doing a full auto battle clear, at least an attempt, and seeing where that goes. I'm going to start with all 3 nights and then try the team on full auto battle. So, wish me luck.
Time to say bye.
Now, DOT is one of my favorite archetypes in the game, for sure. So, I think any DOT lover can appreciate, Hyacines being the addition, but honestly the most impactful addition for sure was the Kafka rework. She almost single-handedly saved DOT. That said, I would still like to see like a DOT support edition, because something that could meaningfully contribute from the support section would be nice. Don't get me wrong, I love Fopa, but I would prefer something that can provide a dot or dot enhancement. And honestly, if we could ever get like a Fuge level support for DOT, man, that would be crazy. I mean, honestly, the Kafka rework was wild enough as it was. And Kafka and Hyacines brought DOT to like pretty high ranking teams. And now, this team is one of my lowest overall, well, not my lowest, but it's one of my lower invested teams in terms of like, they're all E0. Only Hyacines has their signature. So we're not doing anything crazy with this team, right? It's a very realistic, like, relatable team, you know what I'm saying?
Time to say bye. Boom.
And they still do insanely well. It is wild. Woa does a surprising amount of healing, but you do have to take action is the problem. She's not going to do like auto healing like some other healers. So, but as long as her skill is rolling, every time that unit takes action, that unit gets healing, right? And then she can, as you saw there, insta-heal whoever she's healing, as well as provide cleanse, which is kind of nice.
Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
I will say that I kind of feel that when we do get an upgrade to DOT, there's unless it's a sustain roll, that more likely Black Swan will be the first to go, sadly. I love Black Swan. I built my Black Swan a lot, but she is definitely one of the weaker. She's much weaker than Kafka and Hyacines. But there we go. An auto battle clear with my DOT team. Next up is classic follow-up attack team, Fei Xiao, with Topaz. That is right. Of course, Robin and Adventurine. My Fei Xiao is definitely not relatable, but everything else is relatively. A lot of people have E1 Robin. Some have E1 Adventurine. Anyone, or a lot of people, shall we say, can now obtain an E1 or E2 Topaz, if you dare.
Watch your head.
And then my Fei Xiao is my most invested unit in terms of Indolence, because she's E6. She is a monster. But I love her and I wanted to use her here, so this is going to be my one not relatable team. Now, follow-up is, alongside Dot, follow-up is one of my favorites as well. I love follow-up, and Fei Xiao is, gotta love her. Get super cool moves, and at least on her launch, she was hitting very hard, even for a single target unit.
Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
That said, I did appreciate, like, the feeling of follow-up, just constantly acting, oh, nice achievement, okay? But anyway, but something I'm realizing here, like, of course Fei Xiao always performs, but on this fight right here, like, honestly, Aventurine is putting a lot of work. My Aventurine is not built for damage, as you can tell. But he's actually built for the class. I have not updated his relic set, so he's built for the old, what do you call it? Like defensive set. You know, like the shield and defense thing. Because I was like trying to build it for like in-game stuff. So I am telling you, it is a little bit tough trying to find a motivation at least to upgrade his set. But I'm getting to it. Okay, I am building. I actually probably already have a good set for him. I just gotta like actually level up and put it on him.
Or maybe
because believe it or not, the new set does give him more shield, just not as much defense. So
watch your head.
I think it'd be worth it trying to get more crit on him, honestly. So whether I use that set or not, but I mean, the new set provides a like, was it 15% party-wide crit damage increase? So it would be nice for this team. I know a lot of people are tired of Hule. I'm good about Hule. Is easy. Hule is just brain dead. Same with the bug. They're both very like AFK type. We've had teams that can counter them very easily. We know how they work. We've experienced them. But I will say that Hule is. I mean, I like him because this team right here counters him pretty handedly. Like, look at the Aventurine go, like bam, 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 and then Hule's good. Whenever Hule acts, he hits the whole team half the time, which charges up Aventurine, which puts a shield, which it's just wild, you know. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, she's going to. This is still auto battle, by the way. This, like I said, the whole challenge right now is going to be on auto battle. I will update if it's not. Alright, nice easy 3-star again. This team, I'm going to just roll it with Castorice team. It's the strongest team in the game right now, and most of my Castorice team is E2 except for Hyacine, which is E0. I got super lucky with my Cyrene. I had saved, basically between the rolls that I had saved up and the rolls that I had accumulated through what do you call it, the rolls that I had accumulated through the new event, and so, you know, the most recent patch, I was able to get roughly 75 rolls, and of course counting the previous stuff I was saving, and somehow within those 75 rolls I got her, and then her E1 and E2, which is wild. Oh, and her Lyca. I've never had that kind of luck ever before, but you know, I do appreciate it because I do love Cyrene. So I'm a HI3 player, right, originally, so you know, I very much appreciate being able to get her.
Good night.
I will say, I do not believe this team is Quantum Weak, but I don't think Castorice cares a lot. And also, it is Ice Week, however, so yeah, well, look at that. They're already wrapping up, so good job, Castorice. Gotta love it. Alright, moving on to the king, the real challenge, supposedly. I will say this particular boss is very, I mean, one, I love the weakness conditions, but still, it is notably weak against teams that have Hyacine on it, right? You know, especially Castorice teams. She counters a lot of any of the problematic mechanics, just raw heals, and you know, it's good time. The real challenge, however, is I want the diamond frame.
Be careful.
And I don't know if we can do it on auto battle.
Turn over this eternal page. Play nice.
but we're gonna give it a try.
Emerge from your cocoon.
This will, like the Knights, be on auto battle. Note the little hourglass.
Darkness
Okay.
with me.
As mentioned, Castorice, Evernight, and Cyrene are E2. S1.
May death protect us.
Hyacine is E0 S1.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the sky.
Now, her throughput. Now, I know
Embrace
that.
a new life.
Just one caveat before I start. I know that this is supposed to be a major challenge. I just want to, make sure, if I can do this on auto battle, I know that, perhaps with lower investment, you can do it with,
Waiting to be woken up by a shooting
on normal. Actually playing the game, unlike me.
May
So,
life and death sprout new buds.
That said,
Don't blink.
Hyacine is,
Watch over the
she's
Evernight.
not, you're gonna see the HP, I'm sure, dipping low occasionally. It's inevitable, but it's Hyacine. She will keep them alive. I'm not afraid, and even if it is, we do have Cass on the team, right? So
Night falls.
that said, this team is insanely synergistic. You gotta love it. Castorice and first phase already down, nice. Okay, Castorice and Evernight both powerhouses, both monstrous DPSs. And they both synergize insanely well with Hyacine. And then you got Cyrene,
May death protect
which
us.
normally is a little bit rough to get going, except, again, I did get her to E2 after a lot of luck.
Cleanse hatred with love.
So,
Take the
she was able to fire off that first ult pretty quickly.
Rise and shine. Have some sunshine.
Wow. We are actually tracking pretty good.
Embrace a new life. Return to dust.
We might actually make the auto battle clear for a 0 cycle here. 1 second. I mean, yeah, Cash is 100% going to kill him right here. Or, well,
May death
second
protect
phase
us.
right here. So going on to the final phase. Is it?
That
Can
won't work, you know.
we do it? Let's see.
Eternity.
Oh, we haven't even. Yeah, we're gonna get.
Distraction with me.
What's that little power up that we get for this fight? But yeah, I mean, it's coming up in the action, bro. You see it there, so.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
I mean, Hyacine provides it, but it's the NPC Hyacine.
Embrace a new life. Darkness with me.
Look at her go, man. And Castor's does so much damage. It's great. Oh, there it goes. And the music change.
That won't work, you know.
This is it. This is our theme song, man. Going for the home stretch. We got this. Oh,
Don't blink. Cleanse
oh,
hatred
we
with
got it.
love.
Are we?
Rewrite destruction with me.
It's looking pretty promising. I'm not gonna lie.
Embrace a new life.
Night
A
falls.
0 cycle on auto
Good night.
with Anomaly Arbitration. Oh, look at Evernight.
Return to dust.
Then here comes Castorice.
May death protect us.
There it goes, man. Evernight was right behind her too, just ready to finish it up. And there it is. Diamond for a 0 cycle. Delicious. Alright, that's what I am talking about. Alright, let's take a look at the teams I used to accomplish this full auto battle run of AA. Anomaly Arbitration, whatever it is. Anyway, so Castorice, obviously this team is currently my strongest just because it's what it is what it is, right? Castorice top DPS at the moment, and I also have it fairly well built up. So I did recently go through and rebuild my Castorice to give her, because she was like, she had about like 130 crit damage before, so I definitely like fluffed up her stats and made sure that she was good to go. Though I did this in order to get a 0 cycle on the previous arbitration, so she was like instantly ready for this one. Obviously, with the relic set that Castorice uses, you want to keep her below 95 speed, so you know, 94 or lower is the target for her. So, I mean, squeaking more speed doesn't hurt, but it's not a target, right? If it just happens to have it, great, but you want crit and HP for her. My Castorice actually has a good bit of HP, but I believe the target is roughly 8k, but you know, more more is better, so that's fine. The crit rate is fine. Wouldn't mind a little bit more, but I think this is ideal. I'm pretty certain there's something in there that does it regardless. Of course, I have her signature light cone. Any Castorice enjoyer should 100% consider getting her light cone. It is a very nice one. You know, gives a nice little HP boost, and then ignores 30% of her defense, as well as advances actions, which helps, you know, to somewhat resolve. Her dragon's always disappearing, right? So it helps alleviate her slow speed, right? Because you see that she takes pretty frequent action, so not to mention in general the team, like their speed increases by 40%. She has ways to offset her speed. So, of course, as you can see, have all of her attacks. So this whole team's traces are maxed out, I will say. The relics, of course, are very standard. You know, basically her designated relics. There's nothing special going on here. But like, you know, some of them, like this one isn't the most amazing, right? This one could have only like 2 stats rolled in, so this is the first to go. But there are some that actually rolled well, you know, like these, and both of these, of course, rolled well, right? That said, with her, the target is going to be HP on her boots and crit damage, ideally on her body. You can use crit rate, but in the end, it will probably switch over to crit damage. HP for her circle or sphere. You can use ice, but there's a slight lean towards HP. My bad, not ice, quantum. There's a slight lean towards HP over her elemental damage. So I just stick with this. This one obviously rolled quite well. All 5 rolls went into the 2 stats that we wanted. And then HP for the rope. She just wants a metric ton of HP. Okay. Except for Hyacine, the whole team, the whole Remembrance team is going to be E2. I love each member here, so I did grab H2 on all of them. E2. E2 is very nice for her. Gives her 2 extra stacks of her dragon, and yeah, it's just in general a very nice thing with more action advance and stuff like that, right? More Nuba generation just makes her even more monstrous. Now, going on to Evernight. Evernight. So I did have my Evernight was a bit better than this, but I had to take my caster stole some of her relics, so that is what it is. That said, or not, yeah. So by relics I mean the planars, right? That said, it still is. She's still okay. I would like to get her crit rate or crit damage above 200 ideally, but more importantly, I'd also like to get this about 7 points higher, 6.5% higher, because at 65% she gets the 100% crit rate in battle, right? So that's like a good target for her. Her speed, so you want speed with her actually. Like she doesn't use the same planar set, so she doesn't get penalized for having more speed. That said, it is definitely not a priority. You want tons of HP, at least 8k, and of course, you know, your crit rate. 65% crit rate and as much crit damage as possible after that. Getting speed though is again quite nice. I do have her signature as well because I'm not getting her. Castorice's signature is actually very close for hers. Like it works very well with her since they both kind of have similar stat desirabilities and stuff like that, right? That said, this is a bit better for her, and if you're using them both, then you probably want her own little thing anyway. She does have some other decent options, but this is still quite nice as it buffs ally minimal sprite damage. Or yeah, but Nori their defense and increase the damage dealt. Whatever. Anyway, going on. Like I said, all the traces are maxed out. The relics, I do have her on her, recommended set, deliver, and the HP planar. I misspoke earlier, by the way. It's the relic set, the poet set that does that wants 95 speed for the 32% crit rate, which is massive. All right. Oh, and then of course, I do have her E2. This is nice because the more minimal sprites on the field. My bad, I misspoke on that. Yeah. The more enemy targets, the more damage. And this is all ally minimal sprites, so quite nice. And then this, her E2 is actually just supercharged. It makes her fire off her ult much faster because she gains a ton of Memoria. Increases her and her minimal sprites crit damage by 40%. Just a nice little free crit damage thing. But that alone isn't worth much. Isn't worth an $1, right? So then increases the amount of every time she gains Memoria, increase the amount of Memoria gained by 2. When using ult, it gains an additional 2 charge for Darkest Riddle. So she's just having Memoria pour in. Very nice. Alright. The amazing Hyacine. If Hyacine is the... I'm going to say Hyacine is the top healer and top sustain in the game at the current moment. She is monstrous. She does great healing, great damage, and of course her profile is exceptionally nice for Evernight and Castorice. And her speed is very nice for Cyrene.
It's squishy.
So she wants a minimum of 200 speed. So getting the 207, the faster she is, it's even nicer, right? So you can get by with, because she gets speed enhancements, right? So you don't have to have 200, but I'm going to say target 200. It's amazing. Then getting HP. She doesn't need as much HP as the others, but still, more HP she has, the better. And then she doesn't need crit rate, but she does want crit damage. Yeah, her light cone is still quite nice. Gives a 18% speed bonus. When the wearer uses, let's see, ultimate consumes blah blah after next attack, enables to deal 1 instance of additional damage equal to 250% of the consumed HP, right? So obviously on this Remember's team, it's a relatively nice light cone in general. When the wearer of the Middle Sprite uses the Middle Sprite skill, the increased damage taken by all enemies by 18%, lasting for 2 turns. Yeah, all traces. Of course, I have her on her recommended sets. The speed increase is also quite nice. And she easily clears the 180 threshold. So the healing increase by 20% is quite nice for her as well, because again, the more HP fluctuations on this team, the better. Let's see, her signature set, aside from their speed increase, it is actually very nice for almost any sustain right now, because this, I mean, sure, the speed increase is great and all, but the ally, let's see, getting the, what's the condition of this generate? Let's see. Oh yeah, it provides healing. Where or the Realm Sprite provides healing, it enables Gentle Rain, which Gentle Rain will increase speed by 6%, so it's an additional 6 for the wearer, and then all allies crit damage by 15%, which is quite nice for you know, just a relic set. It's another source of party-wide stat. Again, I mentioned I didn't have hers, but I really do want her one. Her E1 would be super nice. After she uses her ult, basically, she gets increased party by 50%, and then immediately restores HP by amount equal to 8%, or after using an attack, 8%. So I mean, it's more healing, but mostly it's the max HP thing is what's kind of nice, right? I mean, on this team, both Evernight and Castorice are going to love that. I haven't even looked at her too much because I haven't got her one yet. Allies HP when it decreases, speed increases by 30%. Okay, so it makes them even faster, which, in my opinion, they move pretty fast considering all their action advance. So I don't know how impactful this would be, but this would just universally be good, I guess. So okay, I don't want to get tempted too much. I gotta just leave it at that. And then we got Cyrene. Cyrene, I haven't had time to build her very much, right? So this is kind of what it is. I don't yet have her at 200 speed, which is my end target. That said, she is 191 here, so in the ballpark. She has good HP. However, I would like to get more crit, but that's second. Like, until I get the speed situation settled, I'm only worried about speed and HP at the moment, and then I will start, you know, getting more relics that can handle the other stats while maintaining the speed. I did get her light cone, which obviously helps with the speed. Another source of damage taken increase, you know. So it's a damage taken increase and then crit damage increase, but then it increases both. If you have both, it increases them both by 60%, which is quite easy, right? You know, use a Minimalist Right skill for this, and let's see. And where's Minimalist Right? Yes. And then where's Minimalist Right? Use them on the enemy. So I'll ally and then an enemy, which should be relatively easy for Cyrene to maintain. Alright, let's see where we're at. Oh yeah. I just today got her traces finished, so that's good. She doesn't really need, like, you know, this one a whole lot, well, these as much, but the thing is, like, she will sometimes attack, I guess. To be fair, this team doesn't really consume skill points, so yeah. And then I kind of just wanted the extra crit rate, right? Because like 50% extra crit rate, it really helps offset her difficulties in getting crit when she's trying to focus so hard on speed. So for her, she's almost always going to want, I guess not always, but usually she's going to want the Amphorius Planar set, the new one. Crit rate is all okay, but it's the party-wide speed, which is kind of nice. And it's when the Minimal Sprite's on the field, right? So it doesn't mess with, it doesn't just say, okay, instantly it's speed. It's like once it's active. So that's always like a nice little treat, right? Because otherwise you'd mess up like Castorice's relic set. So she can still get the speed increase, but also benefit, because the relic set needs it before the battle begins, right? Or at least like when the battle is there. So as you enter battle, like that is, if your speed is below that 94 or 95 threshold, she'll get the crit. If it increases above that at any point in the fight, that does not matter. And then of course I have a two-piece for speed to try and help hit those thresholds, and even still I am falling short. And it's like, I don't have the worst, I don't have the best, but I don't have the worst speed stat, right? You know, 6, 7, 6. I got speed boots. This one is actually bad. This is one of my worst ones. And then this one is also not as great. It only has 4. So if I could fix both of these, I could easily hit the 200 threshold, right? Especially if I could fix this guy. But we will see. Alright, and then I do have her Eidolons. She has ultimate charge issues initially. Having her E2 completely fixes that. And I do like her a lot. And I got exceptionally lucky, actually. I got it within 75 rolls. I got her and her 2 Eidolons. So this is like one of my luckiest banners I've had since, you know, playing this game. Which is, you know, quite a treat, right? It's like the finishing touch on this team before they exit. They're still going to be good for some time, right? Like they have just raw power, even if they can't benefit from like what is to come. As long as when we go on, I'm fine with them. This team is strong enough that even without being glazed, it's going to be fine. It does so much raw damage. It's whatever. I've used this game, this team in content that, you know, it doesn't matter where I use it, right? It's fine. So I was perfectly okay with doing this. I may still consider throwing some rolls at Hyacine, but I'm not sure about that one yet. I think there's a high chance I'll just let it go and save up for basically what's to come, right? Because Dahlia, I would like to get her, but the thing is, I don't really have break DPS. Let's see. This basically is my break DPS, right? Which, I mean, she is technically a valid option, but I do have her. I got her because one, she's the best thing that ever happened to break. If I ever wanted to use break, I would 100% need Fuge.
As in a dream.
Wasn't 1% certain if I could just walk in and, you know, auto battle everything, but I didn't seem to have an issue, right? I feel like this round was a little bit easier than the last one, but then again, my characters were also a bit more ready, right? I didn't have to build up Castorice. I wasn't in the middle building Evernight, stuff like that. And then we also had the nice addition of Cyrene, so very nice. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed and see you around.